district and Gabrielle Giffords is our representative? That's sad. It's really sad. Really, really sad.
So if you win the primary, do you think Giffords will debate you?
It's the debate amongst the staff now. You have to ask the Democrats about that. But right now, I think she won't. They think she will. Debating is not something we think she does well in any way. It's more of our strength in this campaign. We won all the primary debates convincingly. So we don't know if it serves her purpose. Politically, it won't serve her purpose unless she gets down, and she needs a game changer. So then she will. I have to tell you, if I were her, I wouldn't, unless I was down. Why? Spend your $2 million, try to convince the people you're Thomas Jefferson, and try to win your election. That's what she'll do. I think that she'll be down, and she'll have to. And then she's in a lot of trouble. Yeah.
How do you feel about the mosque?
Oh, gosh. How do you think I feel about the mosque? My take is that the world is laughing at us right now. They're laughing at us. They're thumbing their nose at you. And then the weakness that just exudes from these people in political office is heartbreaking. It's not even angering anymore. It breaks my heart to see what we have in this country. But can we get someone with guts? Someone with guts in this country. Is there anybody out there who says that Americans are great and America is great, and if you don't like it, stick it? Is that so difficult to say?
Charles Crowner.
Yes. Yeah. Why do we have to rely on writers and radio hosts? Why are they the only ones that have the guts?
Right.
They need to elect people that have the stinking guts. They're the ones that are killing us. That's right. Mark Levin. You're right.
Jesse Kelly.
Follow up on that same idea that nobody has guts. I think that's like kind of a symptom of the American society in the 2000s. I see it all the time, but I feel like we're in a place where the last conservative administration, the last conservative Congress we had, botched it because they didn't act like conservatives.
Right.
And now we got so we threw them out, and now we got the liberals in there, and we threw them out. So I call it etch-a-sketch politics. So the only thing is we're drawing the same picture, but we're just starting with the right dial or the left dial, right? So how do we change that? How do we move the center of the country? How do we move the center, the independent voters or whatever? Like, I would consider myself to be an independent voter. How do we move that to just rational thought? Like, this is what we can do, this is what we can't do. I don't need 100 excuses why we have to do something or why we don't have to do something. I just need one answer.
A couple things on that. First of all, you hit on the courage thing. Tell them your military background.
I'm a United States Army Ranger, retired.
Yeah, we're not lacking courage in this generation, in this country right now, because we have Army Rangers in this country. We're not lacking courage. What we lack is courage in office right now. We have all the courage we have. We have it in excess, as much courage as any other generation. We're just fine there. The problem is we've sat out the political process for so long. And this middle you talk about, it doesn't exist. This is a conservative country. Many people don't label themselves as that, but they are that. Ask anybody, ask normal people you see. Should government be big or small? Taxes be high or low? Should spending be? Should they spend more than they take in or not? People will answer conservatively on these things down the line. It is a conservative country, which is why we need to stop sacrificing conservative principles to think we're going to pander to some middle. That middle doesn't exist. They're just conservatives who haven't been told they're conservatives yet. So let them know it. Ronald Reagan got Democrats, got independents, and he didn't do that by sacrificing conservative principles. He just explained conservative principles, and people thought, oh, that's kind of exactly what I think. That's what we need. We need someone with the guts to do it and do it. That's what we need in this country. All these people that say we have to sacrifice those principles in order to pander, they've never once told me exactly which ones we're supposed to sacrifice, because it's different for everybody. What is it? Should it be spending or environmentalism or taxes or abortion or which one should we sacrifice? Because everyone's just different. People don't want to agree with you down the line on every single thing. They want someone who's not going to lie to their face right now. That's it. Yeah.
That's my point, though, is that we've kind of devolved into this single issue society where it's like, I believe in gay rights, so I'm going to vote for, these are the gay rights people, these are the abortion people, or whatever. None of that matters because the country is burning down, literally burning down in front of us. So if the country burns down, none of that stuff matters because we don't have a country to you know, if you don't have a country, you don't have recognized marriages, you don't have whatever you want. So it's that those single issue things. I mean, we got to bring people back. We got to bring people back to like, look, this is how we got to run this.
I agree we have to bring them back, but the only way to bring them back is by doing what you're doing, and that's by telling your friends. It's not conquering the world. It's not conquering District 8 or even conquering, you know, the state. It's by telling your friends and people you work with. That's why we've got here on this campaign. I mean, you're not supposed to come out of nowhere and run for U.S. Congress and be in a position to win over some radical leftist like Gabrielle Giffords. It's not supposed to happen. It happened because people tell their friends. I was telling someone beforehand, everything we've done, we've been on Mark Levin and Fox News and John Justice, we've spent all this money on TV, and still more than anything else, I don't hear any of that. I hear, oh, my friend told me about you. Oh, my mom said something. Hey, my neighbor had your sign. That's what we hear. That's activism is the only way to wake up those single issue people, to shake people awake and realize your country is burning. Wake up and get involved in politics. And that's the thing, a lot of people, politics has gotten so disgusting that people want to walk away from it. And that's giving up. That's selling out to the enemy giving up. We can't do that anymore. So, we'll be all right. We'll be all right. Harry?
How do we educate the voter?
Harry, you know the issues, don't you?
You're not answering my question, is it? The reason I asked this question, last week we were going on the southeast side of town,
Yeah.
between Harrison and Houghton,
Yeah.
in the precinct. I came across a bunch of World War II veterans.
Yes.
Had an interesting conversation. By the way, your name came up more than once. And he said, you mean to tell me I have a choice who to vote for this year? And I said, yes. The comment I got out of every one of them young men, and there were a lot of clear kids that I'm in right now, they were not going to vote in the primary at all because they did not feel they had a choice. Until I was up there, they were outside, I started talking to them, and they said, I did not feel I have a choice.
Did you tell them?
I told them.
Then that's how you educate the vote. And now listen, I want to explain something. We get frustrated, and we all do, and I do, with the people who don't know or don't seem to care to know. And it's amazing. There are simple things that you get frustrated with. But I think at some point, I know I have been, we've all been that person at one point in time that didn't know until someone told us, or until something clicked. And you know, what percentage fought the American Revolution in this country? 30. You think everyone had a musket in their hand, they didn't. 30%. Most of them sat it out or were loyal to the British. So this frustration we feel, and I'm not saying it's not warranted, but the frustration you feel with the people who don't care and won't get engaged, it's understandable, but accept it. You've been carrying the water for everyone else since this country began. You were the ones with the musket in the hand, the rest of them were home watching Fox News. And you're here again. And that's life. And I know that stinks, but life's hard. It does. It means you gotta tell them. And go vote. Because they're not gonna. That's why.
So, where are you with this global warming energy question that seems to be almost dead, except it's not dead because I think Senator Reid still wants to put it on the agenda, shall we say, like in December,
Yeah. Like
just before he gets retired.
Like in that lame duck Congress. Well, you know, what I feel about man-made global warming is garbage. It is garbage. It's a theory at best right now, and that we would ever set this economically crushing policy based on a theory is simply ludicrous to me, and that we've allowed the radical leftists and the radical environmentalists to somehow control that message and be self-righteous on that issue is simply amazing. It is amazing. Even the science is with us. Why are we again hiding under the table about things like that? But I'll say this before I get back to that. One thing that's so frustrating about this president and this Congress is why is everything for his political gain. Everything is about the poll numbers, and I say that about that Gulf oil spill. There was a spill in the Gulf, people's lives are being destroyed. Oil's pouring in, literally tens of thousands of jobs being lost, and what does he do? He gives a press conference on trying to revive cap and trade because of that.
Yeah.
Man, can we plug the leak first before you go for the next poll number and leftist agenda? Is anything about country first now? Anything?